I can't wait to get started on this one, Bucky. I know you got thoughts on Baker. So will the Browns regret trading Baker Mayfield?
No. They were able to trade away Baker Mayfield, only absorb half of the salary. Baker took a $3 million pay cut. He just gave that away because he wanted out. And there was no path for him in Cleveland, even though everyone was saying the Browns needed to keep Baker Mayfield because Deshaun Watson may not be available. To me, it made sense. Move on. It didn't work out. He was a sub-500 quarterback for this team that was talented. They wanted to move forward without him. And Baker Mayfield now gets an opportunity to compete, to be a starting quarterback in the league. It's something that he certainly wants to do. Now he'll have that opportunity to do it, but he'll have to do it without the shine of being a number one overall pick. So now it's a real competition, not one that is kind of jiggered to be in his favor.
That's a phenomenal point, but the Browns will regret trading Baker Mayfield this season. The operative phrase here is this season. We know this much about Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, a phenomenal quarterback. Boy, is he in some hot water. He got some civil cases that are outstanding, some civil cases that are pending. So the Browns likely will not have a starting quarterback this season. Deshaun Watson's gone. Who is Baker Mayfield? That is the question. Baker Mayfield is a 17-13 quarterback under Kevin Stefanski. 17 wins over the course of 2 seasons. That's Baker Mayfield. Last time the Browns had a quarterback win 17 games over 2 seasons, 86-87. Bernie Kosar, your boy wasn't even born yet. So who is Baker Mayfield to the Browns? Baker Mayfield is the type of savior that the Browns have yet to see before. Hopefully the Browns will see him again in Deshaun Watson once Deshaun Watson gets on the field. But the real problem is the Browns got so comfortable and acclimated to nice things. And that's why the Browns are going to regret it, Bucky Brooks. I see you writing profusely, but hear me when I say this. If you are a Cleveland Browns fan, you've gotten acclimated to attention and you've gotten acclimated to wins. Last 4 years, the Browns have had attention, and in one of those 4 years, they've had wins. So in the last 4 years, in the Baker Mayfield tenure, Browns fans have either had attention or they have had wins. Please understand me when I say this. Once Deshaun Watson's suspension is put in place and put to rest, the Browns will have neither attention nor wins. That's going to lead to regret. Once Deshaun Watson's suspension is put to rest, we ain't talking about him no more. No attention. And without Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield, no wins. So the very thing that the Browns have been so used to over the last 4 years, they are not going to have for the foreseeable future. For that reason, the Browns are going to regret Baker Mayfield's absence this season. Once Deshaun is back, oh, they good. But right here, right now, they going to regret it.
Well, wait a minute, because you're talking about wins. And I can remember, I'm looking at 2021, 6-8. Not a lot of wins there. That's sub 500 last year, last time we saw Baker. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, but he was injured. Yeah, because I got stats that go beyond the injury. 14 games with multiple interceptions. 56 interceptions since he entered the league. Look, that's the most. No one has more interceptions than Baker Mayfield from 2018 during that period. We're talking about a guy who was a turnover machine. And the other thing, Acho, I understand is Baker Mayfield was the guy that took snaps. So by default, the quarterbacks get credit for the wins. But it wasn't like he was killing it at the position. I'm looking at these numbers. These numbers are not impressive. He's never had a passer rating over 100. And by today's standard, in today's game, as easy as it is to play quarterback, easier than it's ever been in this league, 100 is like the minimum for what we talk about acceptable quarterback play. He's never been over that mark. And so if I am the Cleveland Browns and I'm a Browns fan, yes, I'm sad because my guy's not going to be there. Deshaun Watson may not be there for 8 games. He may not be there for the entire season. But you got to upgrade at the quarterback position. And even though you might have to play with Jacoby Brissett can turn in these numbers that Baker Mayfield is putting up. It's not like you're having a major loss going from Jacoby Brissett to Baker Mayfield. It's just a matter of how does Kevin Stefanski manage the team. But make no mistake, when you have 2 Pro Bowl caliber running backs, an offensive line like they have, a system that is in place for them to shine, and a defense that should go next level, the Cleveland Browns will be fine. we're wasting a lot of our offseason time talking about Baker Mayfield, who is destined to be a backup quarterback in Cleveland. We'll see if he can be a starter in Carolina.
Let's break this down, Bucky Brooks. I don't think in the NFL you played with this type of person, but in college, I'm sure you did. I'm going to tell you who this person is in a second. In the NFL, it likely didn't happen, but let's go back to your days. UNC?
Yes.
Let's go back to your days at UNC. You ever play with a sorry teammate? Somebody just sorry. Like, just call it what it is. They were just sorry.
Okay.
Okay. You play with a sorry teammate, I play with a sorry teammate. There are two types of sorry teammates. Two, and only two. The first type of sorry teammate is sorry and irritating. He's so sorry that you're annoyed because not only is he sorry and he's annoying. The other type of sorry teammate, you don't mind having him around because he's sorry, but he a good time. So like that one sorry cat, maybe he's a walk-on, who knows what the case may be, coach's grandson. He's sorry, but you don't mind him in the locker room. You still invite him out to eat wings after the game because he's a good time. Even if Jacoby Brissett and Baker Mayfield were equally sorry, at least Baker Mayfield's a good time. For Cleveland Browns fans, what do I mean? He gonna put butts in the seats. I'm not talking good time in a literal sense. You have a good time watching him, though. Let's not lie. 2020, Browns fans had a real good time watching Baker Mayfield. 2018, when Baker Mayfield was drafted, Browns fans had a really good time watching him. But you got to remember, sometimes you can tolerate a little bit of sorry because of the extracurricular that they will add and the value that they will add. Even if Baker Mayfield goes 6 in whatever this year, a 6-8 season with Baker Mayfield, 6-8 in 14 games, that feels much different than 6-8 with Jacoby Brissett. Because 6-8 with Baker Mayfield, I'm still there watching. 6-8 with Jacoby Brissett, man, it's cold. Somebody give me some hot chocolate. I don't even want to be in a dog pound no more. Where's a kitten pound or somebody else's pound, big dog?
I see now, I know you've got no me for this, but I have to bring this to the table because I feel like we've lowered the bar for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield didn't come into the National Football League as a walk-on. Baker Mayfield came in as the #1 overall pick. And using your college analogy, he was a 5-star that had a $10 million NIL deal. That's Baker Mayfield. So I expect Baker Mayfield to raise the level of play, to get us to the playoffs, not just once, but to always have us in that mix. I didn't get that from Baker Mayfield. I didn't get spectacular individual performance from Baker Mayfield. I got okay play. I got a team that was upgraded that played well. We went to the playoffs.
I hate this take.
We went to the playoffs. Did we go to the playoffs because of him or in spite of him? It's a difference.
I hate this take. Before I bring in Slick Rick, I got to tell you, I got to address this. There's nothing more frustrated than this. You remind me of my Nigerian relatives who forget what it's like to be broke. That's who you remind me of. Bucky, you know I'm first-generation American. Several of my cousins, aunts, uncles, and them live in Nigeria. Every now and then, they will come to America to visit me, my brothers, my siblings, mom, and pops. In Nigeria, 75% of people live off less than $1 a day. So when I go back to Nigeria, my relatives, they know how to have fun slumming it, right? You don't need all that. Then you come to America.
Oh, nice.
We take them out to some steakhouses and whatnot.
Yeah.
Week 1, we take them out to some nice breakfast, some buffets and whatnot. By week 2, they expecting the steakhouse. But I'm like, wait a second. Why you expecting this filet mignon when back over there you eating goat meat? And you was good with the goat meat. But now you expecting the fillets Oscar style with the lobster tail too. Don't forget what it's like to be broke. The Browns for years were broke as it pertains to wins and losses. Baker Mayfield gave the Browns a filet mignon in 2020 with a lobster tail on the side. And now Browns fans are sitting around looking at Baker acting as though this was the norm. Y'all was eating goat meat before I showed up, big dog. I'm the one who brought y'all some fillets, some Oscar styles. Before I hear from you, I got to bring in my guy, Slick Rick the Bucher, to add another opinion to this conversation. So, Slick Rick, where you at, big dog? Oh, there he is. There's that smiling face. Slick, will the Browns regret trading Baker Mayfield?
Can we settle something, Buck? And I think you're with me on this. When has Baker Mayfield ever been compared to filet mignon? Okay, we weren't feeding the Cleveland Browns fans filet mignon. Okay, we were giving them a good burger, and they might have been eating goat meat. Okay, so we know that there's better out there, and that's the thing is you bring people to America, and they're like, wow, burgers just kind of average here. Like we could do even better than that. So No, they're not going to regret that they traded Baker because there was no return at this point on both sides of this equation. They're going to regret how they ended up trading Baker Mayfield, because here's the truth of the matter. They made a decision on Baker Mayfield a year ago. They didn't just make it. They didn't just make it when Deshaun Watson became available. They made it when they weren't willing to even negotiate an extension with him, when they took the wait and see approach. And that wasn't, let's wait and see what Baker can be this next season. It was, let's wait and see if we can find something better. And Baker caught wind of that, and he was like, I want up out of here. So the relationship was broken. And as much as I would make the case and did at one point, I was with you, Emmy, like in a perfect world, Baker comes back with his hat in his hand and says, hey, I want to fix this. I realize what I have now. And I don't even know if that would be good enough. But he finds a way to repair that relationship, and the Browns are open to that idea. That would have been the best case scenario for everyone for this season. But coming to the realization that they signed Deshaun Watson with only a $1 million payment this season in that big extravagant contract says to me that the Browns had already made the decision. We're moving on no matter what. So it's a matter of they devalued this asset in the most egregious way possible. If we're talking about moving Baker a year ago, I guarantee you it's not a fifth conditional pick. They're getting something better than that. And they had already decided we're looking to turn the page. So I put it on the Browns, the fact that they were forced into this situation, but nonetheless, once they found themselves there was no turning back. So ultimately, they had to move.
Sure. Slick, I do not think you are inaccurate. I just think you are incomplete. Just because you have to do something doesn't mean you won't regret it. Slick, I vividly recall it was right before Christmas. One of my closest friends was in turmoil. They were in a relationship. They knew they had to get up out of it. Right before Christmas, they were like, hey, Ach, you know, what should I do? Should I break up with them right now, or should I wait until we get to the new year? I was like, yo.
Wait. Somebody came to you for relationship
I
advice.
told you, I'll be reading marriage books, Slick, okay? No, it didn't wait till it started raining to build the ark, okay? I'm building.
Fair.
Now, look, my homeboy comes to me and says, hey, Ach, what do I do? Do I end things now, or do I wait until the new year? I'm like, look, you already know it's over. Go ahead and end it. Problem, Slick. Now we had to go to Christmas, a family function. All his siblings are married, and he's sitting there single. His parents, aunts, uncles, sitting here chastising him. When are you going to find your own wife? He regretted going to the Christmas party, going to Christmas single, though he knew he had to get out the relationship. He could have just made it last, because not making it last led to regret. Slick, I don't think you're inaccurate, big dog.
Wait.
I just think you're incomplete, sir.
No, Acho, he would have then done what the Cleveland Browns did. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to put off the inevitable. So now you take her to the Christmas event, and now she's got an idea that things are a little bit different than they actually are. Like, no. Dude, rip the Band-Aid off, move on. You've already decided it's over. There's never a good time to end that relationship, but by stringing it out, you're only making things worse, because who knows? You show up at the Christmas event, somebody invites a cousin, somebody invites, like,
I hear you, Rick.
you never know what the possibilities are, but you already decided that what you have wasn't good. You got to move on, brother.
Bucky, let me ask you this then, because the question, Slick, is at what expense? The San Francisco 49ers, you are very familiar with the Bay Area. You cover that team. The San Francisco 49ers, they know and have known they're moving on from Jimmy Garoppolo. Bucky, you know that. Y'all have written articles. Slick Rick, you know that. But even though they know they're moving on from Jimmy G, they've kept Jimmy G around because it is for the behoovement of the Niners organization that though we know we're breaking up with Jimmy G, we're not yet ready to break up with him, because we would have to regret that breakup until Trey Lance, our backup, is ready. Bucky, don't you think the Browns, to some degree, find themselves in a similar situation, knowing Deshaun is likely going to be absent for a period of time? Well, now they don't really have a backup that they can believe in.
Different player. Jimmy Garoppolo has been successful, very successful with the San Francisco 49ers. They have a resume of success when Jimmy Garoppolo is their quarterback. And by all accounts, everybody in the locker room fights for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm still waiting for a Brown to come up and speak about Baker Mayfield and how good he was for the team and how they're going to regret missing him. We haven't heard a word. I think that speaks volumes about Baker Mayfield and how he's perceived in that locker room. It also speaks to me when Baker Mayfield last week came out and said, if there's going to be a reconciliation, someone needs to reach out. The Browns never reached out. To me, it seemed like it was over, but Baker Mayfield was still looking at his phone for the text, hoping that his ex would make that call, make that text, and it never happened. It's over. The Browns need to move on. I think they did the right thing for this organization. Hey, you don't like him, you move on, find somebody else.